All right, everyone, Lauren is about to take us through today's workout. She is going to be starting with sandbag bent over rows. If you do not have a sandbag, you can use 2 kettlebells, 2 dumbbells, a barbell, or anything along those lines. Here we go. So she's maintaining a nice flat back, keeping an equal pull, driving the elbows and squeezing the shoulder blades here. So once the 8 reps are completed, she's moving on to her 8 jump squats. Nice soft landing here, soft knees, good height on the jump. Now we're going to X climbers, 8 per side. Hands are directly under the shoulders, knee to the opposite elbow. This will engage the core, which is the abdominal area, the obliques, and the low back, as well as the chest, the shoulders, and the triceps. She's now going to move into the reverse lunges on here. Nice and tall, chest is up, good posture, preventing the kettlebells from swinging forward, and that's added weight. If you do not have kettlebells, dumbbells, a medicine ball, any form of additional resistance will work on this movement. Now we are laddering down from the burpees. Once again, this is to keep the target heart rate up, burn some additional calories while you're moving here. Hands directly under the shoulders, kick both feet back, and a nice jump at the top here. We're now on 7 reps, and here's a side view of the bent over rows. You can see her back can be bent over, but we want to maintain a nice flat back. We do not want it rounded. Nice soft landing on the jump squats. And you can see on the X climbers here, not only is the core being worked, but the chest, the shoulders, and the triceps. Big compound movement here. More than one muscle group is involved in that movement. And that's what's going to help burn a lot of calories, building some additional lean muscle tissue, and speeding up your metabolism throughout the day versus just doing only cardio or only the elliptical, where you're pretty much done burning calories the minute you get off of the machine. So as you see on the reverse lunges here, nice tall, good posture. And this is going to be incorporating pretty much the whole lower body here. The glutes, the hamstrings, the quadriceps. And then just be mindful that your surrounding area is free of any obstacles. You can see Lauren moving the kettlebells out of the way there to then perform her burpees here. One of the benefits of the ladder system working from high to low is mentally you are getting rewarded by working down and seeing an end in sight. Also, it allows you to pack a lot of exercises and reps in a short period of time. So you're doing a decent amount of work in a short time. So when you're looking to increase intensity, a lot of times you'll hear progressive overload, which means increasing the weight in some capacity. Well, if you're lifting 5 pounds, we want you lifting 8 or 9 or 10 pounds. But also sometimes if we can increase the intensity by reducing the rest period. So if you normally take a minute break, now we're going to work on only taking 45 seconds or 30 seconds or whatever the case may be. Or if you do 5 or 6 reps for a chest press or a bent over row, we're going to try for 10 or 12. Okay, but also it can be any variety of those. Increasing time under tension, increasing the rep range, increasing the reps, the volume, and a ladder is a nice way to do it as well. And if you're crunched for time, you can get a lot of volume and a lot of reps in a short time frame while keeping your heart rate up and still keeping that strength component to it. So you can see Lauren's keeping a pretty good pace with all the movements here. If you need a little bit extra of a break, feel free to take it. Just keep in mind whatever you take break-wise. The next time you go through this workout, try to reduce the break as you go. Okay, as your conditioning improves, as your strength improves. Ultimately, the goal for a ladder would be to complete it from, on this sequence, it's 8 reps down to 1. Some of our ladders go down from 10 to 1. Ideally, you want to complete the ladder without stopping until you finish your last rep of whatever the movement may be. More than halfway home. You guys got 4 reps of everything left. On the bent over rows, whether it's one arm, both arms, envision driving your elbows and squeezing your shoulder blades, your upper back together. A lot of times people will say that a row is a great arm exercise. It is correct, your biceps will get some work out of it, but the primary muscle groups involved is the back. So we always try to tell our clients to envision squeezing a pencil in between their shoulder blades, and that's going to make sure that the big larger back muscles are going to be activated versus just the smaller bicep and forearm muscles. So the primary movement is muscles being used in the row is going to be the back. Secondary muscles being used are the biceps and the forearms. Down to 3 reps, so we got about another minute or so of work here, and then you guys will have completed your first workout of the day and earned a break here. So once again, even though she's getting fatigued, Lauren is still getting a decent height on her jumps and nice soft landing. We are down to 2 reps here. Nice flat back on the rows. Finish them out. Finish out strong here. You guys got about 20-30 seconds to break here. Get those jump squats in. We're going to the X climbers. Good posture on that. Nice flat back, nice tight core. Hands are directly under the shoulders. We're finishing up with the lunges and burpees. And last rep of everything here. the bent over rows. Drive, squeeze the shoulder blades. Get rid of your weight. Hit our jump squat, last jump squat of this group. We're going to hit those X climbers, finish strong on it. And the lunges, 1 per leg, and you guys got a break coming up. All right, here's a couple different views of the box jumps here. Lauren has a nice soft landing on the box jumps. Obviously you want to pick a box or step that is the appropriate height for your skill and fitness level. The goblet squats here, kettlebell could be used, a dumbbell could be used, a sandbag could be used. The benefit of the front squat, or excuse me, the goblet squat, is that your posture is going to be definitely improved there versus a traditional back squat. With the back squat, barbell on your back, you could have a tendency to bend forward and turn it into a back extension. But with the goblet squat, most people don't want to fall forward, so that movement tends to elicit a better technique and form on that. So we're going to do 10 reps of the box squats coming up, or box jumps, excuse me. So nice soft landing, try not to let the knees buckle in, and then Lauren is stepping down so that she ensures a nice safe landing and a nice base to jump from. We'll go into the goblet squats here. Nice tight core, feet shoulder width apart, toes in alignment here. Nice flat back. So this is a movement that involves quite a few large muscle groups. So for the ladies out there, this is how you're really going to build your quads, your glutes, your hamstrings up while increasing your metabolism. So don't be afraid to get up to some decent weight on this. It's not unusual for some of our stronger females to be using 40, 50, 60 plus pounds on there. Lauren is now going to the mountain climbers. So each time your foot comes forward, that counts as 1 rep. Nice flat back on here, knee to your elbow, hands directly under your shoulders, supporting yourself. Okay, that's going to incorporate the chest muscles, the shoulders, as well as the triceps. So we're keeping the heart rate up on here while getting a decent recovery from the box jumps and the goblet squats. Okay, so that was 1 time through, and now this is our 2nd set coming up of the box jumps. Now once again, as your skill level increases, you probably wouldn't want to jump right into adding some additional weight on the box jumps, such as a weighted vest or whatnot. We might want to work on just increasing the height of the box here. Just a reminder on the goblet squats here, you really want to hit at least parallel or slightly below. Once your butt becomes in line with the knees, like right there, your glutes and your hamstrings are becoming activated. Proper depth on here is going to be more important than the resistance used. If you find yourself, not squatting down as deep, it'd be perfectly fine to do just body weight squats until you can work up to to having the need for additional weight. We always want form to be the first priority, and then increase the resistance. And this is our last round coming up here. So we're hitting those box jumps. Lauren is making these look relatively easy. If you haven't done these before, you may be a little hesitant to jump on the box. You can just do step-ups until you're comfortable with it. Or you can just jump Sometimes we'll have clients just jump from square to square on the mats until they build up their confidence and believe that they can jump up onto a surface. So the big thing on here is when you decide to jump, it's time to jump. Make sure you get both feet off of the ground as you're jumping forward, not just one. And the side view here definitely shows the depth that we're looking for. So if you have a mirror set up at home in your workout area, please try to use that, or be mindful of what proper depth is so that you're getting the most out of your workout. And then once you hit your 50 mountain climbers, that's going to conclude this portion of today's workout. So we're starting off with the bent over rows here. Nice flat back, driving the elbows and squeezing your shoulder blades back, okay? Added benefit of using kettlebells and or dumbbells is that your weaker side has to work on its own and your dominant side cannot take over and create any muscle imbalances. So once the bent over rows are taken care of, we're going to head to the ground, hit a side plank with a leg raise. If the leg raise portion of this is too difficult for you, that's fine. What we can do is start off with just a side plank, keeping your feet stacked on top of each other, nice tight core. And the core consists of the abdominals, the obliques, and the low back, okay? And you can do that for time, whether it's 5, 10, 15 seconds, whatever the case may be. We'll work up to longer time, and then you can try the leg raise portion of it on there. Then we're going to grab the stability ball. We're going to go one leg stability ball leg curls. So this is really going to isolate the glutes and the hamstrings on one leg. You always want to work to the weaker side of a limb. So you want to start with your non-dominant side and or your weaker side. Sometimes they're the same. And that way you're not furthering any discrepancy in muscle imbalances that you may have. So if you can only get 6 or 7 on your weaker side, we're going to stay with the 6 or 7 on your dominant side until your weaker side gets stronger. We don't want to further discrepancy, only hit 6 or 7 on one side and 15 or 20 on the other. That's not going to do us any favors, and muscle imbalance is a common cause of injury. Okay, so now we're back to the bent over rows here. Nice flat back, driving those elbows, squeezing the shoulder blades together. So you'll see here, Lauren has a flat back. It is on an angle, which is fine. There is just no rounding of the back. Weight is on the heels, squeezing those shoulder blades. So we're doing the one-legged stability ball leg curl now. If this is too challenging from a strength, muscular endurance, and or coordination standpoint, that's fine. You can use both legs at the same time. 10 to 15 reps will be sufficient, and then as your muscular strength and or endurance improves, then you can go to the one-legged stability ball leg curls here. So on this stability ball here, you really want to drive your heel into the ball. The free leg is going to be extended and up. You're going to lift your glutes and your lower back up off of the ground, keeping your head and your upper back neck braced along the floor, and then just bringing that foot, trying to kick yourself in the butt. Okay, and that's really going to hit those hamstrings there. Lauren's using the kettlebells for an alternate chest press here, and the static shoulder press. So one is staying locked out while the other one is getting pulled down and pressed. Time under tension is another way to increase the intensity of your workout. So it doesn't have to be more reps or more weight. Sometimes you hold a plank for a couple more seconds longer, or a wall hold, or as in the demonstration of the shoulder presses there, you're not getting a break coming down to the resting position. So the alternating chest press here, upper back flat, neck flat on the ground. Depending on whether or not if you have any low back injuries or whatnot, you can put your feet flat on the ground. As you get in the heavier weight, that's going to come in handy because that's your base of support and you're bracing yourself. But if you wanted to fully extend your legs on the floor, as long as you don't have any back problems, that wouldn't pose any issues at all. So pushing the kettlebell straight up, pulling it down, alternating, waiting until one rep is finished before you begin the other rep. Seated shoulder press here, alternating the presses. Legs are fully extended, and this is going to drastically increase the resistance placed on the core here. And if you need to take a couple second break, feel free to do that. Going from the chest press into the shoulder press, the chest, the shoulders, and the triceps are receiving a lot of stimulus here, which is fine. We want to tax them in a way that maybe they haven't been, going from one to a similar exercise back to back. So we're looking to cause some type of stimulus. Remember, muscle tissue, lean muscle tissue, is an adaptation to stress. So we're looking for ways to stress the body, stress your system, improve your metabolism in a way that maybe you haven't done before, which is why we can get quicker results than what people are usually accustomed to. Okay, now we're going to the one-legged burpees here. Similar form to both legs, except obviously you're using one leg, okay? So that one leg is going to be stressed a little bit more in the glutes and the hamstrings, okay? And then you're going to still be supporting your body weight with your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps. So your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps were worked with the chest press, with the shoulder press, and now in the burpees, even though we're using the one-legged burpees as a coordination exercise, a cardiovascular component to keep that heart rate elevated so we maximize our calorie burn, but those muscle groups are still being worked, okay? So take a couple second break and then we're going to get ready to start the chest press again here. Okay, now with these circuits, we'd like you to get to the point where you can go through all of them with as minimal rest as possible. That is going to keep something called EPOC, or your post-exercise oxygen consumption, up. Okay, basically your workout creates a lot of different metabolic processes in the body, and to get back to your pre-exercise state, that requires calories, which is good because you burning more calories gets you to your goal quicker, increasing your metabolism, your body composition, your insulin sensitivity, all of those benefits of exercise, and hopefully the reasons that you came to us to fulfill your fitness needs here. Okay, so you can see Lauren needs a little bit of a breather here from going directly from the chest press into the shoulder press. That is fine. We want to make sure your form is correct, but we also want to stress your muscle tissue in a efficient way, burning those calories, helping you get to where you want to be. And so by now, definitely your heart rate should be elevated. Your should be feeling some lactic acid burn in the chest, the shoulders, the triceps, and you should be well aware that you're working out right now. You can see, even though Lauren is laying down, alternating 15 pounds here, this is stressing her whole body, which is a good thing because we're causing that tissue damage, like I said earlier, and that is going to require energy, calories being burned to start the recovery process. So the more calories to a certain extent that you can expend, the quicker your progress is going to be, okay? Now you can really see the other couple previous sets, she was able to get more reps than what she just did now before setting those bells down. So she's regrouping, going to grab the bells again and then finish out the desired reps here, okay? There's nothing wrong with starting and stopping a set, okay? We don't want to let our ego get in the way and sacrifice form to try to be a hero, okay? Especially if you're working at home. No one's going to see you, okay? They're only going to see the progress you made. So if you injure yourself, it's definitely going to put a damper on the rate of success and the rate of progress that you can have here. A lot of times people have difficulty with the one-legged burpees. The best thing I can tell you is when you begin the one-legged burpee, just lift one leg off of the ground, keep the other leg in contact with the ground, take your hands, reach for the ground, and once your hands touch the ground, just jump back on that one leg. So you've completed this workout with Lauren today. Hopefully you learned a couple new tips and techniques on how to train your body from various angles and utilizing different equipment that you may have at home, or modifying any injuries or working around any restrictions that you may have. So with the cool down here, you can just follow along with Lauren, or if you have your favorite cool down, feel free to utilize that on your own, either beginning or ending the workout here. Check out some of our other videos on the site. We do have some for foam rolling. Nick does a couple on the foam rolling, as well as different cool downs. So if you find a couple cool downs that you like, feel free. It doesn't have to be the cool down that's shown in the video. Feel free to use any of your favorite cool downs or any of your movements from before. You know your body better than anybody, so please use your judgment on what you can and cannot do. Okay, so hopefully you guys are feeling this in the morning tomorrow, and if you need anything, please check us out on the site, shoot us an email, and we'll do our best to get back to you with any technical support, any help that we can help you fulfill your goals here.